there's a lot of weird like machinery that you have no idea what this does.
And you just hope that you're doing it right. And then there's
Yeah.
the other thing where they put stickers on them of people doing it wrong. So you can look at the sticker and you're like, oh yeah, that's how I do it. And then if you do it that way,
Right.
you can guarantee it's not the right way.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to a temporally scripted podcast. Prepare to be enthralled, energized, entertained, and eventually exhausted by today's topic, which is exercise. So whip out the spandex, dust off the sweatbands, snort a Hollywood-sized line of creatine, and let's jump right in. So, Mr. Jack Austin, I've got to say you're looking pretty hench these days, mate. What's been going on?
I'm feeling pumped, mate. I'm feeling pumped. Yeah. Those days of being 9 stone wet through, with most of the weight coming from my matted hippie mop, are long gone. I was even able to lose that extra weight recently, and yeah, decided that being a bold hench guy was the way to move forward. And obviously there was always that concern when I was 9 stone that if I shaved my head, I might look like I've got some kind of illness.
That's a problem I've had before. I've done a head shave thing, and it looked like I had every terrible illness you could think of just all at the same time. Wasn't good luck.
It's not ideal, is it? Yeah. But fitness, it's something that both of us have come to quite late in our lives, I suppose. Late. We're only middle age, so it's not late, but late for most.
Yeah, still kind of late, really.
Late enough for our bodies to be like, what the actual fuck are you doing?
What the hell are you doing to me? Come on, give me a break.
But most people start exercising, it makes them feel better. But I don't know about you, and I guess it's something to dive straight into, is when I first started doing exercise, and even recently I started with a personal trainer, I feel knackered, like physically exhausted a lot of the time. And it's after about a month of that I'm starting to feel a bit of a benefit from heavy exercise. But all of this energy that you get straight away, in my experience, is not the case. Now, maybe I have some horrible disease already or something, and I'm slowly dying.
Good job you've got the head.
I'm already
prepared
good
for it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I genuinely, this month I stopped drinking at the beginning of the month, which was on and off for about a year before that. But this time I'm really feeling great about it. And obviously with drinking, you occasionally smoke, and yeah, like eating heavy amounts of protein, training with a personal trainer 4 times a week, I'm knackered. I'm only just starting to come out of the other side of it now.
Interesting. See, I found when I've been going to the gym often, there's a time of day that always seems to suit me, and it's generally go there about midday, something like that, come home, shower, eat some food or whatever, and then just have like a little nap for maybe half an hour. And there's something about that, it just makes me like afterwards just feel full of energy. I don't know what it is, but it seems to really work for me.
Yeah, it's probably because most people have to work all day 9 to 5, and you can just like sack it off at lunchtime, go to the gym, come home.
It's my Spanish roots,
yeah. If you're watching this from the UK, yeah, what you should do is go to the gym at lunchtime and just have a little nap. Yeah, when you get home. But no, I agree. And I think that's what's been missing from my routine, is because I do the same thing. I go about 11 and then I come home and I have lunch at like 12:15, 12:30. And then I don't do the nap. So maybe that is what I need. But how long do you nap for?
It varies, but usually between like 20 and 30 minutes, something like that.
Right, so I
seem to have this weird thing where I can get into like REM sleep in about 5 minutes. I don't know. and like actually have dreams and stuff. It's really, but I don't know if most people do that. Or
No, see, for me, I need like a 90-minute nap for it to be good enough. If I have like a
right.
20-30 minute nap, it makes me feel super tired.
See, I would
Um,
say anything longer than about 40 minutes is too much because it's kind of changing like a sleep state or something like that, and you won't feel much benefit afterwards. But I
but
guess everybody's different. But
yeah, for me, what I read was that it's like a full REM cycle basically is 90 minutes. So you're not interrupting yourself. So you should either have like a less than 30-minute nap or a 30-minute nap. So you don't enter full REM, or you should have an hour and a half. But it sounds like for you, um, that's different, which again, like you said, everybody is different.
yeah, it just seems to work. But are you feeling any like other benefits from working out recently?
No, none. No, no, no.
Great.
Absolutely none. No, I'm just sore all the time and generally miserable. Uh, no, honestly speaking, I sleep a lot better. Again, it's one of those things that because of recently quitting drinking and smoking, my sleeping habits were like badly affected because when you're used to drinking alcohol most evenings and then you stop, it messes up your sleep the same way as smoking weed used to or whatever in the past and all of these other things.
Yeah.
So there's a period of time where you have a lack of sleep, but now certainly my sleep is a lot better with exercise. But really it's like the daily tasks. Like if I pick my kid up, it's like not heavy. If I have to bring in like tons of shopping or move something in the house, it's not like an effort. Like I remember in the past these things would be an effort. But even the day-to-day moving, squatting, but not that I do much day-to-day squatting. I'm not Vietnamese, but generally speaking,
Just sort
yeah,
of general movement, general strength. Yeah.
yeah. But I do feel like it always unlocks another thing. It's like when they tell you, oh, go and do exercise, go to the gym, you go a few times of the week, then you'll start to feel good. And then it's like, yeah, but you need to do some cardio as well because of your heart doesn't get improved very much by doing the lifting. So now you need to do some cardio, and you're like, okay, cool. So you start doing some cardio and a bit of running, and it feels great. But now you've gone from doing 4 hours in the gym to 6-7 hours with the cardio, and then it's like, oh, you can't just do all this training and not stretch. It's like stretch. Well, what so now I've got to stretch and do the cardio and go
Add like
to
another hour of
the gym. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, how long do you? Half an hour a day. Half an hour a day stretch. Okay, so now I've got stretch. And you do notice it. Like I find even with squats and stuff or deadlifts, my mobility is what holds me back more than my strength, even because I don't stretch. So
that unglamorous sort of thing, but I don't know. You
yeah,
don't the results that you get from it. It's like you do feel, but people don't really see. It's not. You're not gonna. Yeah, you don't feel like you're building muscle or looking better. You can just squat a bit deeper or
yeah,
like,
right. It's like when you go and play golf and there's someone stretching and warming up before you play, like pussy. Do you know what I mean? Stretching for golf, fuck off.
one of the gyms I went to was really funny. Some guy had like the best workout routine ever. It was just standing outside, smoking a cigarette and looking at his phone for 5 minutes. And then it's like, all right, get
Was he
straight on the
Korean
machine.
by any chance?
It might have been actually.
It's a common theme, it seems. Yeah, that and Nandrolone. But yeah, but again, it's a good thing because all of these things make you feel better. But I think there's like, if you're somebody that's like us who's gone through most of your life not really doing much exercise. I was quite into sport at school when I was like 14, 15.
Same. I think up to the age of probably up to the age of about 15, I was doing like different sports, probably like 4 or 5 times a week, if not more sometimes.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's just like part of what you do. There's PE at school, but also with your mates who playing football or tennis, or even just lobbing a tennis ball around and chasing each other around or whatever. So what was it that stopped you from doing that back then at 15? What was the
um,
catalyst?
don't know. I think I just started getting into things like music a bit more, and then you sort of go through like teenage years and you start getting into more of like going out a bit or
Was it
smoking weed.
cannabis?
Yeah.
By any chance, was it cannabis? Yeah,
There could have been quite a bit of that. Yeah.
I think for me it was also the social side of it, like you've just said, because I loved sport. I thought it was great, but by the time I was 15, all of the people that you would consider sporty were total dicks. And like, I just didn't want
Yeah.
to hang around with the dicks. I wanted to hang around with the cool kids that were like listening to Nirvana and smoking weed and stuff.
Yeah, and all
they
of those
didn't.
kind of like grunge bands and stuff were like, yeah, man, you had like the jocks at school. I'm not gonna hang out with those guys.
Fuck those guys. Yeah, fuck fitness and those guys. They're all wankers. Do you know what I mean?
Look at them being healthy and getting laid all the time.
yeah. I don't want to be. I'd much rather be on the bench outside school smoking a tab with me mate.
At least I'm keeping it real.
Waiting for bus stop 2s. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so it is. It's interesting because I loved it. I loved tennis. I loved football, all the sport. I couldn't stand hockey. I mean, who wants to bend over holding a stick, like smacking a small ball around a giant pitch?
Yeah, but now you like golf,
16
so
hits.
it's not a world away.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. That is true. But I
One
mean,
I was just going to say one thing I didn't like at school was rugby, because it was this thing, you know, when you're at school, there seems to be like one summer holiday when everyone sort of starts growing and gets really tall. Well, that happened to like, I think everyone in my class except me.
Oh, nice.
And then all of a sudden it's like, all right, we're doing rugby now. And then I get the ball and I'm probably like, I don't know, 5'4" or 5'5" at this point. And there's just like a load of like 6-foot blokes running at you trying to get the ball. I do not like this.
Yeah. I have to say, I was the same. I didn't grow until I was like 16, and then one summer I did like a whole foot. I went from like 5'4" to 6 foot over the course of like that long summer you get when you're 16.
Apparently, there's an interesting thing. A lot of people who develop like that later end up looking younger for longer.
I don't know what happened with me then.
Well, I mean, at 62, I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, for a 58-year-old, I don't think I'm too bad either. But yeah, that's the other thing. You're right. Is like everyone's bigger, and then there's all these jocks and stuff. But then there is always that one kid that when you're 11 has already got like a full body hair and pubes and everything. Did you have one of those at your school?
Beard and like,
yeah, we had one lad at our school, and you all get in the shower or whatever. You know, everyone goes in, cupping their balls, like getting a bit wet, so the teacher didn't tell you off, right? And then you look over, and there's this other kid who's just full head of hair, big Adam's apple, like massive cock. You're just like, fucking hell, bro.
Jeez, don't stand next to me. I felt a little bit like that in a slightly different way. I think it was the second time I'd ever been to the gym, and I went to the bit where you got like dumbbells. And they're doing like hammer curls with, I think, probably like 10 kgs, something like that. This guy comes and stands next to me, and you know, like the mountain out of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Basically like that, except with tattoos all over his head. Massive. He picks up like, I think the 25s or 30s, just starts doing like curl. So, and I'm just like, oh, dude, don't stand there. You're making me look really bad. I feel so small now.
I think that's a tricky thing about the gym, and I think it leads nicely into what that first experience is for someone like us who's thinking, you know, I've wanted to go, but I feel a bit embarrassed. It is fucking scary when you first go in these places, because it's almost like the subsect of society that's in there are the fittest and strongest and biggest people. So when you go in there as a newbie, it's like, fuck, everyone in there is massive. And even after a year and a half, mostly they're bigger than you, but there is still newbies that you can look down on when they come in. So it kind of starts to even itself out.
It sort of redresses the balance a little bit.
Yeah, because I remember first going in and not really having a plan, and I'll get on the treadmill, know what that does. And you're looking around, you're like, I've seen people using that machine before. I'm going to go and have a little. And then you go over and some big guy gets on it before you. You're like, nope, I'll just go back to the 5 minutes on the treadmill.
And like the weird thing is as well, I mean, yeah, you do get different kinds of people in there, but on the whole, it's a little bit like if you have any friends who are like martial artists or anything like that, they're generally like really chilled sound people. It's a little bit the same in the gym sometimes. It's like a lot of people are like that because it's like, I don't know if it's getting aggression out or some kind of pent up energy out during workouts or something like that. But people generally seem to be like pretty chilled, and probably as well, if you asked someone for help, they'd go, "Oh yeah, man, no worries. You just do this, this, this."
Yeah, I agree. I think that most people, in fact, 99% of people will help you if you ask, but there is that embarrassing feeling as well. Like, and I know sometimes I've been in and someone's come and tried to help me and it's annoyed me, even though I know they're right, because you feel so self-conscious that someone coming over and going, "I know you're doing that wrong." It might partly be
Yeah.
culturally, because here it's usually like a Vietnamese trainer in the gym and they come over and they're like, no, 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 no. And you're like, what do you mean? No, 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 no. You're gonna fuck up your back. Like, no, no, no. You're like, oh. Whereas in the UK, it would probably be more like, oh, excuse me, mate. Do you mind if I just help you a bit with your form? And you'd be like, oh, yeah, cheers, man. But so
Yeah.
there's
So
that difference. But yeah, I've had a few people help me in there, and you really appreciate it because at the end of the day, you're going there to improve and to be stronger and fitter and healthier. But it's
yeah.
also, it is a bit scary when you're new because you don't know where to look or what to do. Or
Yeah, and there's a lot of weird like machinery that you have no idea what this does.
and you just hope that you're doing it right. And then there's the
Yeah.
other thing where they put stickers on them of people doing it wrong. So you can look at the sticker and you're like, oh yeah, that's how I do it. And then if you do it that way,
Right.
you can guarantee it's not the right way.
They kind of do actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd never
yeah.
thought of that because most of the things, actually, most of the stickers I've seen on different machines, it's like, okay, start position, end position. But then in every video I've seen on YouTube, whatever else, it tells you something way different to that. And everyone who's doing that exercise in the gym does it way different to the instructions.
Yeah, they like know it's like a secret club of people that know that you just don't do what the sticker does, basically. It's like no matter what
Yeah.
you do. Yeah, I was in there once when I was first using the dip machine because obviously I'm not doing body weight dips. I weigh like 90 kilos and I'm not strong enough yet to do. I might be able to do one, maybe, possibly. So you use the dip machine, and on it there's this picture of the person sat, and the chair's kind of like this, right? And the person sat like straight back against the chair doing the dips like this, and I'm there doing the dips, right? And then this massive dude sees me and he's just like pissing himself laughing, and he comes over and helps me. And the actual position is to be like well curved over, so that then you're actually working like your chest, and it makes total sense.
Right. Yeah.
But the
So it's like when you
picture,
do dips, you want to be on like an angle kind of
yeah, I wonder if the personal trainers put the pictures on to drum
just
up
to go
business.
around him. That's what I would do if I owned a gym.
I'm going to trap noobs. Like, how can we spot all the new? How do we know if someone needs personal training? Well, if we put all these stickers on the machines that are wrong, and then you have the ones where it's like shoulder press and it's like starting position, ending position. It's like, oh, thanks for the information.
Is it just like a hold or?
And so you sat there like that as people are looking at you like, can I use the machine? Yeah, give me a minute, mate. I've got 2 more reps.
Can't you see?
So yeah, I think that's it. But I guess the turning point does come from it being you just feel so much better so quickly in terms of your energy levels and the endorphins that are in your system, you know?
I think also as well, it's like you force yourself to do something that's difficult, that you don't particularly. I mean, some people enjoy going to the gym. I don't massively enjoy it, but you're forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do that's hard. And so you get into the routine of doing that, and everything else in life just becomes that little bit easier.
Yeah. And then it's also after 2 or 3 months, there's always someone newer than you that joins. So you've kind of got that, you see that you've become more of a gym person.
Yeah.
Are there any things that you do now that you never thought you would do in terms of your behavior when you're in the gym? I'll give you an example. So whenever I go in the gym now, if I like think, oh, I'm gonna put the weight up a bit, so I put the weight up, and then I try it and I fail, I sort of hold my muscles and go, oh, it's like I can normally lift that, like there's like this
Like
little,
there's something wrong
yeah,
wrong
like
today.
you like look at yourself confused and then give the machine a confused look. There's like a few of these things that people do in the gym, and you notice it. Is there anything that you've picked up like that?
I guess maybe I have done something similar, but I can't think of any direct examples right now.
What about between sets? Do you always have like an obligatory sip of your water when you finish a
Oh
set?
yeah, because there's nothing else to do while I'm counting in my head to like 60 seconds or something.
Yeah, or a little wipe with a gym towel, a bit of a maybe a little pace up and down, like 3 steps this way,
so
3
a bit
steps
of that
way.
sort
Yeah.
of stretch out a little bit of legs. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's weird, isn't it? You just it's just some dead time that you're trying to pass. And it feels like you should be doing something, because if not, you could just sort of,
yeah. Well, and the worst thing that you can possibly happen to you in a gym is you catch a cross eye contact with somebody else who's training.
Yeah,
There's nothing worse than that.
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, should I say hi? Because I'm the kind of person that I usually say hello or give people a nod or whatever, just an acknowledgement if I see them. And I think you're like that as well. It's partly a British thing, but partly the kind of people that you and I are anyway. And I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but the amount of times that I'm rejected on that in the gym when you catch someone's eye and you give them a little nod, because you forget even the big guys or the people that are training a lot are still self-conscious and don't really want to be bothered while they're training, and you kind of go, all right, mate, and they just go.
Everyone, the majority of people just want to be in their own world, just kind of doing it. And yeah, but was this one time, I remember a few months ago, just in the gym, I was walking from like one machine to the other. And this girl just like looked me up and down, like looked at me and smiled. And I was like, this working out's really working out for me. And then I kind of looked down and realized that I really needed to get some like gym gear, because when you have like some colors kind of complement each other, some things clash, some things fit you well, some things really don't. It kind of looked like I'd been assaulted by some kind of like charity shop, which is a thrift store for those in the US. Just like, oh, that's why she was smiling.
Yeah, because I basically look like crap. Yeah.
Look like I don't know, like I'm been homeless for a long time, seeking refuge somewhere.
See, I've got to that stage now where being here, I'm fully decked out in my fake Nike tops and fake Nike shorts, gym shorts, and I've got like a little gym bag I take that I put my grips in and stuff, my hooks. I've like fully progressed into this world now.
I've got like a sort of gym bag. It's when I got in Spain, it says San Miguel.
Nice. Yeah, nice. So you're still like on the fence between becoming a full gym head?
In terms of equipment, of
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wear, yeah, I just need to buy some more stuff, I think.
Yeah. I think the only difference I have is I only recently bought proper gym socks, because before that I was going in my Rick and Morty socks from Primark the last time I went to the UK, which are like purple with Rick and Morty on them and stuff. So yeah, now I've fully switched to a full gym.
I mean, at the same time, I've got loads of old T-shirts and things. How professional do I need to be? Is it going to make me have a better time in there? Am I going to do more reps if I'm wearing like full, like Adidas getup? Probably not really.
No, but you get better selfies, and you might get some gym bunny on you, because you've got a leotard on or whatever. So in terms of your weekly schedule now, how often do you find yourself in the gym?
At the moment, not a great deal. The average is about 3 times a week, which actually for me works out pretty well. Because I'm not really going for like get massive kind of thing, just sort of get healthy. With doing it, I guess in some ways I'm getting some kind of hypertrophy or something like that. It's like still building muscle, maintaining what little bits there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just keeping going with it really. Occasionally I'll do like 3 days at the gym, then maybe have one day where I've got a couple of different apps that have like really cool like kind of like calisthenic home workouts. Occasionally I'll do one of those a week as well, and I have some quite good sort of stretching cool downs and stuff, which are quite beneficial.
What app is it? Drop the name. They might give us some money.
Um, okay. One of them is called Fenix,
Okay, yeah.
which is really cool. And the other one,
Trust you to choose an app that
geez,
sounds like an upper.
that's why I got it.
You're right,
And
but
the
yeah,
other
I'm on
one
the
was
Fenix.
Freeletics.
Nice. Oh, Freeletics, I think, yeah, there's one of the ones that you get as part of your Revolut subscription, I believe.
It is, yeah.
Because I signed up and I didn't actually do anything with it, but I do need to check it out. Yeah, I'm the same as you. I tend to do 3 times a week, but I guess I do it one day on, one day off. And then recently I've been trying to do like Tuesday, Wednesday, break Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then break Sunday and try and do it that way.
Right, okay.
But I
Mine's
am
similar.
aiming to get massive. That's like
Right. I mean, again, for me, it's like sort of like 43 years old. It's more, I guess it's a little bit more difficult to build muscle as you get older, but also it's like, do I want to be going in and doing things where it's like a max of 3 reps, put in incredible strain on like muscles, connective tissue, getting injured? I don't need that kind of thing. I'm happy enough doing like somewhere between an 8 and 15 rep range,
yeah.
and just always keep it like that. So even if it's like need to like lower the weight for like the last set or something like that, fine. But just keeping it in that kind of area, really.
Yeah, I think you've come across something there that's quite interesting, which I think a lot of people do suffer from, and why you see people in the gym that don't progress as well, is that most people are trying to lift things too heavy, and it's a man problem, really. Like women, I don't think have the
Yeah.
same problem as men, but men, they want to increase the weight all the time, and it's actually counterproductive in a lot of ways, because the whole point of going to the gym is to isolate muscles and train individual muscles. And one of the classics that I see is people going in using the reverse pec deck, which is literally to do this muscle here, right? This one muscle, and they're doing like 50 kilos on it or something. And it's like you're using your whole back and your traps and like this
Yeah.
bit that you're supposed to be working. So you're going in and doing 4 exercises and working your whole back on every one of the 4. And it's like,
Yeah,
or you see
completely.
people on the dumbbells like throwing them up and stuff. And
Yeah, no, I've seen a similar thing as well, where it's like a couple of weeks ago, actually, was on like a bench, and the guy next to me was doing like the same exercise, and it's just sort of yeah, with dumbbells, just doing like chest press. He was probably doing twice as much as I was, but like his way of doing it was like there, and it's like, and it's like, what's the point? You just, you know, you're literally just throwing weight around.
yeah, he likes to throw his weight around.
I mean, it's all right, I think, being sort of more explosive on the way up and then sort of slow back down. But it's like having that, yeah, having like a good sort of 2 seconds or something like that. Your muscles are fully engaged and you're actually really using them. And also, like you say, when people go for like really heavy weights, it could be anything, whether like say it's bicep curls or something. It's like biceps are getting exercise in there, but everything else is being brought in as well to sort of and it's not isolating muscles in the same way, whereas sometimes when you go lighter, you can really have that mind muscle connection and you can really feel it. And I think it's just a smarter way to train.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously differences depending on what you're trying to achieve and what you're trying to do, and I get that. But it's yeah, I even saw that there's like a trend, or not a trend, but some people, when they're using a machine, when they're finished, will like take the pin out and put it lower down so that the next person comes and and they don't see that they were like lifting this weight, which I just find it crazy, you know.
It is kind of funny. Like you
And
say, that's kind of like a male ego thing.
yeah, and I wonder sometimes and again, I think it's brilliant. Before I was one of those people where you see someone really big and trained out when I was younger. I'm like, fuck that. It takes too long. Look, they just love themselves. And you kind of use it as an excuse and be mean to these people. And you're like, I could do that if I wanted to. And then when you start training, you realize how much effort and dedication that it actually takes to get to that size. But I do wonder if some of that feeling when you first go in the gym is actually that some of these people are very self-conscious, and that's why they go to this level to improve their physique, their body, the way they look.
Yeah. Because isn't that like a common thing in bodybuilders where they have like body dysmorphia?
Right.
So
Yeah.
you see this like giant hulk of a person, they just see this skinny little dude when they look in the mirror.
Yeah, that's what happens to me as well. Whenever I look in the mirror, I just see this skinny, fat, sort of chubby dude with like chubby waist, but I know really I'm fucking massive.
Massive.
So speaking of food and stuff, and moving a bit more to like supplementation and stuff, do you take supplements? Like not steroids, obviously, but you know.
No, just steroids.
Pure steroids for breakfast, steroids for lunch.
I take 3 different kinds.
Yeah, steroids for
just
dinner.
Steroids and Viagra, and I'm ready to go to the gym. Don't know why I keep getting all these funny looks. Generally, I'm having a break from it at the moment, but I'll generally take creatine every day. Find it's really good. It gives you like extra energy. It's also good for like cognition. It's also good for things like depression as well.
Right.
And also, if you're on creatine, it can mean that if you're getting less sleep than you should, you still function kind of okay.
Nice. Do you
But yeah, I'm
snort
having a
it
break
or?
from. Of course, there's no way. But yeah, so I think there's loads of benefits to it, but also I'm not 100% certain with it. So I think every so often having like a couple of weeks break from it isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, it is the most tested supplement basically of anything on the planet. And I take it regularly. I sometimes have breaks where it's just I fall out of the routine of doing it. I usually take like 10 milligrams a day or something. And I did go for a stage where I was taking like BCAAs with taurine in them before training and stuff.
Right.
And then I saw, and I do take protein as well, like whey protein shakes and whatnot.
Same.
But then I saw this, I think it might have been Dr. Mike, who said supplements and all of these extras are great if you're at the full level of your nutrition, you're getting the perfect sleep, your training program is absolutely dialed in and as perfect as it can be, right? And you're really going for it on all of these levels, everything's perfectly dialed in. Then those supplements can give you like the extra 0.5%, 1% for people that are competing.
And that's the thing. It's like the people at the top of the game in bodybuilding and different things, they take all these supplements because to them, that extra 0.5% or 1% difference is huge. Whereas if you just like a regular gym goer, it's not crucial. But it's like a great way to market things and get people spending loads of money on every supplement that's going, which there are a lot of benefits to many of them, but it's like with some of them, is there any point, really?
Yeah, and all the packets are like really shiny and cool. Like I'll give you an example right now. If I just go in, look, we've got an Ostrovit here, like which I've not taken for ages, but it's got a cool shiny packet. So it's like I'll have one of those. I've got magnesium, which actually is pretty good. Particularly if you stop drinking or stop smoking or whatever, it's really good to help you sleep. The magnesium, so it picks that up, and it's good for like muscle recovery and stuff. So I've got a magnesium tablet there, which I do take. Downstairs, I have a D3 and omega 3, which is like a fish oil capsule, which again they're pretty good. I have probiotics. I have some 5-HTP, which I have not taken for ages.
Okay.
And then this is embarrassing. I also went super shiny and got some
Alpha test.
some Muscle Tech Alpha Test, which is a maximum strength testosterone booster.
Yeah, I would be a little bit wary about that.
Yeah, and this has got Shilajit in it, which sounds like it's the absolute Shilajit.
Can you get any more legit?
Yeah, you want something legit? Get some Shilajit. It's the Shilajit. And it's got apparently fenugreek, Shilajit, as I mentioned, boron, citrate, and broccoli. So a whole plant, 50 milligrams of a whole plant, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently if I take 2 capsules with a glass of water twice daily, but never exceed 4 capsules in a 24-hour period, I will get fucking massive.
Well, that's good, man. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, boost testosterone in 7 days.
Yeah, I'm not sure about some of those kind of things when it comes to testosterone boosting, because, yeah, a lot of people think that they need it boosting when they don't.
Boosting mine now.
Right. Not entirely sure what chemicals might be in there or what they do, but good luck with it anyway. I'm sure it'll work out.
Yeah, that was a magnesium, so we'll leave it. But again, that whole supplement world, I do like just find something interesting about it.
With some of it as well, it's kind of cool. So with exercise, it improves your immune system if you're working out on a regular basis. But also then, because you're in that mindset, you're more likely to be taking various vitamins, omega-3s, all kinds of different supplements. And so that gives you an even greater boost to your immune system. It's like when I got sick a couple of weeks ago, it wasn't very nice, but I seemed to get over it fairly quickly, more or less. But then I couldn't help but think, if I didn't work out and if I didn't take supplements, how worse would this have been?
Yeah.
It's like, and I think it gets you in the mindset of caring about your body and taking care about yourself more.
Yeah, and you'd probably got gone out on the lash or something the night before it, or after.
No, I didn't actually. I was in
no. I mean, if you weren't in that mindset of going to the gym, you probably would have been out or whatever, and smoked 20 fags or something, and then
all those kinds of things that can
not help with your health and your fitness. Yeah, I mean, I do. I get a kind of the whole supplement game. I remember sometimes I do this thing. So here we have this app, as you know, but others might not, called Lazada, which is kind of like a shopping app. I guess similar to Amazon in the UK, maybe TikTok Shop or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes late at night I can't sleep. I'll do a bit of Lazadaing, like ordering, random things like incense sticks or like torches from China that when they arrive are like this big or whatever. And because it was the beginning of this month where I just quit the drinking and the smoking, I wasn't sleeping well. I was like, chamomile tea. That used to work really well. So I was like, I'm going to find a source and order some chamomile tea. So I logged on to Lazada. And then the next thing, I've spent like 70 quid. And I've got like red reishi mushrooms coming. I've got like, but I ordered psyllium root or something, which is like a really high fiber thing. So I'm eating loads of protein. I need more fiber. So I ordered psyllium husk, right. I think it's called.
Okay.
And then I ordered some ginseng, but ashwagandha, which is like Indian ginseng.
Right. Yeah.
And I ordered like something. I ended up with like 10 different powders of things.
When you order stuff from Lazada, like if it's say if it's some bit of electronics, I know it's going to get here and it'll be okay, but it'll be a little bit shoddy. If you're ordering supplements, are they like certified safe? Is there any like certificates of laboratory testing saying purities and things like that?
Yeah, so there is. They have like these little scratchable, what's it called, Zon? Like a scratch card back in the UK,
right?
and then you can like scan the code on an app. and it
Okay.
tells you if they're legitimate or not. So yeah, actually they do, because I did think about
Oh,
that.
that's good because.
And in Southeast Asia, it's this has got one on the top as well. You see,
All right. Yeah. Cool.
because you even have to check that in the shops here in Vietnam for supplements, because they're generally fake. Because it's a great industry to fake things. I mean, just to add to the
Yeah.
story
Completely.
of how many things get faked and potentially taken the wrong way in Vietnam, is towards the end of last year or the middle of last year, they busted a business in Ho Chi Minh City where they found a grandmother, an older lady, repackaging used condoms. So that just gives you an idea of some of the practices that go on.
Everything about that is just terrible.
Yeah. So she was apparently using like a banana-shaped piece of wood to re-roll them.
Where
Sorry
was
for
she
that
getting
image.
them from?
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? And this is where it gets a lot worse, because if you're not just going to collect random condoms from people's bins, it's going to have to be the kind of place that you know regularly goes through a lot of condoms. And generally speaking, the places that will go through a lot of condoms are whorehouses. So for one, it's a reused condom that has been inside a whore. And for two, it's also been on the penis of the kind of man that goes to see whores.
This is not a winning combination, is it?
No. And because relatively they're quite expensive and people still use them a lot out of here, it's a lucrative business, which is almost as bad as the time I saw a place in Hanoi that had all of their balloons for nitrous oxide hanging on washing lines above, which I won't mention because I don't want to get tracked down and killed. We should probably not mention names of places, but yes. Anyway, so the supplementation thing is obviously a huge way of making a lot of money because they're not cheap. So, yes.
Yeah, of course. So there's going to be, probably in every country as well, there's probably a little bit of that going on to one degree or another.
Yeah, so now I have my ashwagandha in the morning in my coffee, and then I have the reishi mushroom powder in my chamomile tea before bed. And I usually have quite a few ginger and lemon and honey teas throughout the day as well. So I think my general health is improving a lot, and I wouldn't be doing any of that if I wasn't going to the gym, I don't think.
Yeah, you're not gonna yeah, not just gonna be sitting around smoking cigarettes, drinking beer, and I might have a bit of ashwagandha in this can of tiger. It's like you just
they don't mix. And I think the other thing with it is once you start caring about the gym and wanting to get a bit bigger, like I was joking about being massive, but I want to be physically so people can see and I can see I'm strong, right? And like fairly chiseled. And then when you read into the effects of alcohol on gym recovery and muscle growth, or even back in the day smoking cannabis and how that inhibits your muscle growth, and cigarettes for all of the obvious reasons, like again, what's the point in doing that? So I think if you can build yourself a gym habit, then all of these other things become quite easy to overcome.
Yeah, because you have more motivation to do it, because you kind of like focusing on one thing, but then there's all these kind of byproducts that have to sort of come along and fall in line for that to happen.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Is there any kind of like fitness influencers or anyone you like to watch that you think is inspiring or gives good advice, maybe on YouTube or social media?
Yeah. I mean, my channel will be coming soon in the next sort of 6 months, but no.
Right. Okay.
No, Dr. Mike. So I like Dr. Mike. He's got like a really straight talking approach to what he says about stuff. And then there's that Canadian dude, Jeff. What's his name?
Is it Jeff
Nippard.
Oh,
Jeff Nippard.
Okay.
And he like really goes down into full range of motion and what exercises are like S tier, number 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier, 4 tier, and breaks down like these things. And what I like about Jeff is he measures things not just in how effective they are, also how much you can overload them. and how
Oh,
much
okay.
and how good it feels to do the movement, which I think is another really important thing. Like,
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. That's a good way to do it. I've not heard of that before.
yeah, because for example, leg day, it sucks. And the reason it sucks is because you have to do squats, and squats are just fucking horrendous. There's nothing pleasurable about them at all.
And it's that thing after doing legs, especially. I went to this gym where it was on like the second floor. And so you'd be walking downstairs afterwards, just like holding on to the banister, just like,
Yeah, and that's as good as it's going to be for like 3 days
yeah, it's
as
harsh, isn't
well.
it?
Yeah, like I did the first session with this personal trainer on legs, and I couldn't walk for almost a week. I
Yeah,
genuinely, it was my calves were so tight that I was like a fucking kangaroo.
hobbling around like you've been to like Diddy's house or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on a weekend. Yeah, and I ordered myself one of those Philips guns, massage guns, so that I could like work out that pain. And I've ordered the stretch bands now because he shows me to like do stretches before I do chest and shoulders, which
Right,
I never
okay.
did before because I thought stretching was just like just for
Right. See, what I
for
would do
weaklings.
for what I've been doing for warm up for that kind of thing is literally just uh pretty much nothing. But but instead of like starting with any kind of heavy weight, doing it on something like half what I'd usually do, and just do like 14 reps, something like that, like full range of motion, like stretch everything as far as possible. And then it just feels like, right, okay, now put the weight up. And it seems reasonable, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's better than not doing any. Like I used to just go in and get on the machine and not do any warm up in any way, shape, or form, or warm down
And
like
then the next day it's like, oh, my shoulder hurts. Don't know why.
stretching after. Yeah, but I don't know about you, but I feel disappointed if I come out and then the next day or the day after I'm not sore.
Yeah, it's kind of nice feeling in some ways. Just have like, yeah, certain muscles where it's like, okay.
And I hear some people get to a stage where they don't have any muscle soreness anymore. And for me, I'd be like, is this shit even working? Like,
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know. A while ago, I got into this like phase where I was working out like 5 or 6 times a week and didn't have any days of being sore.
I guess part of that will be that you're going in and moving stuff and moving the blood around and moving the lactic acid around and that by definition you're not giving yourself any time to be sore.
I think also as well, it's kind of, yeah, it depends on how much you're going and what you're doing. So if you do everything that's, I don't know, say, okay, you do, say you could do back and biceps on a Monday, and then it's like, okay, when's the next time you're going to train that? Next Monday. So those muscles are doing nothing in between. And so it comes around to next Monday, you do it again, and they get sore again. Whereas if later during the week, even if you just do like a couple of sets of something with biceps or get on the, I don't know, whatever machine or do some pull ups or something, it's like you're keeping things, I don't know how to explain it, but kind of going.
Doing
Um,
pull-ups.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing no pull-ups yet. I can't do one. Seriously. Yeah, I'm probably 6 months up a pull-up, I would say.
Really?
Yeah, I guess because I weigh like 92 kilos.
Right. Yeah. Whereas I'm probably like about 70, something like that.
I could pull up your body, yeah.
Right. We'll do a swap.
But yeah, I'm not pulling up. Yeah, not possible. No, you're right. I mean, it's again, some of these things that we're told as general wisdom don't necessarily make sense. And I think it's one of the things that people say is a myth, right? Or that I thought was the case until I started with this guy. So usually the people say you do pull and you do push and then legs or whatever. On the push day, you're obviously bench press and it's all things related to your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. But my personal trainer gets us to do biceps on that day
Right.
instead of
Okay.
triceps. And his reasoning is that because you're using your triceps a bit on all the other exercises, by the time you get to training them, you can't push yourself very hard because you've already made yourself tired, right?
Right. Okay.
But you can then they're getting some, and they're also muscles that can be trained more often because they're used a lot, right?
Quick recovery.
So then when you do the pull day, you then fully train triceps when they're not being used for any of the other movements. So you kind of get an extra half tricep and half bicep day in.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. And I
It's
questioned him. I was like, wait, I mean, he's fucking massive as well. I was like, is he sure? I've seen loads of YouTube videos. Like, is he really? No one's ever
He
said
must be
that.
doing something right.
And yeah, and then when he broke down the logic, I was like, oh, that's interesting. It does kind of make quite a bit of sense.
Yeah, I guess it does. But the only thing I would think is, okay, say if we've done like all the push kind of stuff on a Monday and then do biceps. If my next session would be doing the pull stuff, my biceps not going to be still sore or not recovered properly for that. I guess maybe you'd stick a leg day in between or something like that.
Yeah, or the idea is because you're not using them that much in that session, you're probably not going to damage them enough for it to be an issue, basically.
That's quite a cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think so then for me, the way I would run that, or the way I am running that now, is train one day, rest the next day, train the day after, rest the next day, train the day after, rest the next day. So then you're kind of on a rotating 3-3-3. So in a week, you do 6 every week, but it could be it's different days. So you do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, then Tuesday,
Right.
Thursday,
Yeah.
and you kind of work that way.
That's pretty cool because you're varying the days that you actually go as well. Which I think there's quite a lot in that in all kinds of different ways. Even so, if you're changing the days because it's always one on, one off, that's kind of cool because it's some variation. And then I think also if you vary the actual exercises that you do or the order that you do them in, it gives that a little bit of variety as well, rather than just doing the same format every week and getting bored. Because I think that can be part of a problem for a lot of people as well, is it's just this boring routine that they're going through all the time, and you need to change things up every now and then to sort of break the routine a little bit.
Yeah, and there is quite a bit of evidence to suggest that every like 5 weeks or so you should have a full week off just to let yourself recover and
yeah, or if not if not that, at least like a sort of deload. So you're just doing like you're still going in, but it's like light weights and not sort of to failure and things like that.
Yeah, just to keep things moving. Yeah,
because you put in a lot of strain on like connective tissues and all kind of joints, everything really.
Yeah. So why do you think it is then that as a man you much prefer going in and doing upper body, but as a woman you much prefer doing lower body? And if you're going to skip one, it's likely to be the leg day. Why do you think that is?
Because leg day is hard and it's not very nice.
Yeah, but it must.
Maybe because there's a thing where women are often attracted to that kind of more V-shape kind of back in a guy, and maybe subconsciously we kind of know that, and so it's like work out all that bit.
Bicep and chest. Yeah.
And back, and then it's like legs, well, you know.
Yeah, I used to chuck in like a cheeky bicep exercise on leg day as like a little treat. Like at the end of leg day, you just go and do biceps because it's like a little treat to finish it off, or superset biceps and triceps just to like treat yourself for completing leg day. But the irony of it is, and I'm slipping down at my chair, I nearly fell under my desk. Actually, the irony of it is that training legs actually makes everything else in your body grow more and bigger anyway.
Yeah. And that's like a natural release of testosterone as well, because those muscles are like the largest muscles. Yeah, when you develop them, it releases more testosterone, which helps everything else in your training as well.
So everything else starts to work
Because
as it should.
really, yeah, because it is funny as well, but legs is probably the most important thing to train, yet the least trained area of the body for pretty much all men, I think.
Yeah, and it's also the thing that if you're going to the gym not just to be big and strong and look good, you also the legs is the bit that keeps your mobility when you get old. Like if you train your legs well and you keep doing that, the chances of you losing your mobility in your 70s, 80s, 90s, God forbid 100s, then that's the bit that's going to keep you moving is the squatting and the
Yeah.
deadlifting and the as well as the stretching.
Being able to like waltz it for like a minute or something like that is like a baseline that everyone should have apparently.
Yeah, this is it. This is it.
Because I
So
mean, also as well, it's like your bone density and things like that that grows as well, I guess. And it's that thing once you get into like say your late 60s and above, if you break your leg, like I can't remember the name for it, but like where your thigh is, if you break
tibia
that,
or fibula or something.
yeah, I can't remember because I'm not a doctor, but if you break that, the chances of you dying very soon afterwards are really high. Um, and so, yeah, if you develop better bone density, muscles surrounding it, all that kind of thing.
So one way to deal with the aging population is to start driving around, running into old people and breaking their fibulas.
That would be one way. If it was some kind of zombie movie and they were, yeah, that's kind of how you'd defeat them, I guess. I don't know.
That's like their boss weakness. It's like if we fire some kind of like turtle shell at their leg, at the leg, you know,
Well,
you
could try.
just get charged with breaking their leg, which is like assault or GBH.
Yeah, but really, because
It's murder.
just
It's like
wait a couple of weeks.
yeah, it's a cheeky murder. Got that set off. Set you right.
Right, gee, well, this took a bit of a turn for the worst.
Totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So is there anything else we were going to cover today in terms of fitness and
I
encouraging people to get back into the gym? Because I think for us, we're both saying it's something that's been life changing and that we would, wish we did a bit earlier, if anything.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I mean, have you ever been to the gym and found that there's someone there that you find kind of inspiring or anything like that?
So it's funny you said that because I've actually had the opposite.
Right.
Yeah, where you go to the gym and there's someone in there, and even though you've never spoken to them and they've never done anything that makes you not like them, you can tell that you just hate them.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's just this one person, it's like their gym rival, and there's something about them that whenever you see them, you're like, oh, this fucking dick again.
It's some kind of arch nemesis.
He's like always goes to the machine you want to go on next. You're like, fucking
Right. I've never had that issue.
really? Yeah, no, so you've had the more where you see someone that's inspired you.
Well, yeah, and it's not like someone who's absolutely jacked or been going to the gym for 20 years or something. But what I always find inspiring is if there's someone who starts going to the gym and they're like overweight, like really overweight, and over the course of weeks, you just keep seeing them there all the time. And I just love that thing when someone's sort of looked at themselves and just gone like, this isn't good enough. I'm going to change this and done something about it. And I mean, it's so difficult to get in shape as well. If you're well overweight, it's like, it's hard,
It's
but
a long way back.
it is. But to see someone just doing that all the time, and once they get to like a certain level, and because they've done that in terms of fitness, it'll work in every other area of their lives as well. So anything in their life where they're like, this is shit, they'll go, cool, I can change this just like I changed my body. And it's kind of, I don't know, there's something quite inspiring about that,
Yeah, I've
I
seen the
think.
same thing. Now you mentioned that is something that you do see in the gym, and you know that they're on that pathway to something better for themselves, but in every area of their life.
Yeah.
You just
And
wish you'd
I
started
mean,
recording them on day one so you could present them with a montage after 12 months.
yeah, because it is inspirational, and it's and we were saying before how it, like, you feel kind of like nervous and uneasy when you first start going to the gym. Imagine doing that if you weighed, like, I don't know, 140 kilograms or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy. No, I totally agree. I think that it's something that if people don't go, or they're scared of going, or they think that they're not a gym person, that is just your brain's excuse of trying to make you not do something that you will actually enjoy a lot when you go. And it's not for
Yeah.
everybody, but I would even say maybe it is for everybody. And there is some form of exercise or enjoyment out there for all of you. And if you're not doing it, then there's another reason for that. It's not because the gym isn't right for you or whatever. It's because something else in your head is blocking you from doing it.
And even if maybe you don't have the time, or you really hate the idea of going to the gym, well, you could either get over that fear and do it, or there's, like we said earlier, there's some really cool apps where you can do really good home workouts with minimal equipment.
Yeah,
It's just a
yeah,
case of like you wanting to do it. As long as you have the motivation there to get fit or get fitter or lose weight or whatever, then just go and do it.
yeah. It's one of the things Dr. Mike always says is like if you've got two 10 kg dumbbells and two 5 kg dumbbells, and that's all you've got, you can do some pretty significant overhaul on your body and your training just with those things. And even like not worrying about technique necessarily being perfect or all of these things, if you just go and do it, even I think he said if you trained like each muscle group once a week for minimal sets, and if you'd never
Mm-hmm.
done it before, you would see an extreme difference. And I think that's the other thing as well, is it's like that they call it newbie gains. So when you're new to the gym and you've never trained before, you get a big jump up in your body shape and size and whatnot really
Yeah.
quickly. And then it's like that next bit's harder because your muscles are used to it. So, if you go for 3 months and you're committed to it, then you're going to see a real change in your body and your appearance.
Yeah, completely. And I think it's usually similar, I think, when you develop a skill. It's interesting the body reflects it in different ways. So you kind of go up, then it plateaus, then it goes up. And it's never just like a straight line in one direction. It's always like up, straight,
So
up. Yeah, which is kind of fun, really.
totally. Yeah, totally.
Do you have any other advice for anyone who's just starting out?
Well, that's the thing. I think the best thing is to go and do it and to try it, because then you will know what it's all about. There's no reason to be scared to go. The other thing is you can find someone that you know that already goes.
Yeah, and they can guide you through it.
So you're not on your own. And to be honest, that's how I first started. I went with a good friend of mine, Mike, and he showed me the ropes of what to do and how to do it and all of that stuff. And that makes you feel a little bit less self-conscious as well. So
Maybe watch a bit of Dave Goggins as well, and he can tell you, stop being a bitch.
yeah, exactly. Come and like shout in your face, get up, you maggot. Totally, yeah. So on that inspiring note.
Oh, right. On an inspiring note, hang on, I don't know if this will work, but I recorded a lot of my gym journey of like how I've been like developing over time. I think it's quite interesting. Shall I share it?
Yeah, this is the bit where we get to see Adam in spandex that I promised you all in last week's.
It is right. So, um, well, yeah. So, through my journey, we have a picture one. This was after 1 month, as you can see, looking pretty good there. You can see there's some real definition and tone coming in. I put these on social media, and there was quite a lot of haters. Some people were saying that these were fake and I was using AI or Photoshop. As you can see, this was actually after month 3. It was quite a windy day. That's why there's a car blowing through the air behind me. You can see this is in Southeast Asia. I don't know why, but there's an issue with penguins here. They're kind of quite a nuisance, a bit like pigeons.
It's a nightmare.
It looks like I've got an extra arm, but it's like the thing is, not only am I getting stronger, but getting much faster at this point. And I was just striking a pose so quickly that it looks like I've got an extra arm. And you can see it on the last picture too. Looks like I've almost got 4 arms there. But again, it's just I'm moving so quickly, it's too quick for the camera. And you can see another penguin here going, whoa, steady on, mate. You move that fast, you'll do yourself an injury. But yeah, that's my training journey anyway.
Man, that progression's inspiring. I don't think that anybody sat here now conscious about going is going to be conscious anymore, and they'll be in the gym tomorrow for sure.
I think so.
Awesome. I love it.
Cool. Well, yeah, I guess that pretty much brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope everyone found that insightful, entertaining, and fun. Maybe you'll end up getting in the gym yourselves soon. So I don't think there's anything else to add. If there's any useful links, then we'll put them in the description as always. You can follow us on social media, whether that's Blue Sky, Grindr, Tinder, whatever. We'll set up an account just for you.
OnlyFans coming soon.
Okay, folks. Well, take it easy, stay healthy, and see you next time.
We will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.